Neek and the what? What the hell was it? Neek and the Coffee Factory. That's what it was. Okay. All right. So we are going to read Mart's fan fiction here, which is called Neek and the Coffee Factory. Okay. Let me switch to big screen mode, actually. All right. There we are. All right. So, Nico stood at the entrance of Brood Awakening, the air thick with the rich scent of coffee mingling with something distinctly burnt. He adjusted his glasses, taking a moment to gather his thoughts. He had always envisioned his career with a sense of excitement, but this place, this dismal little coffee shop, was a far cry from the vibrant world of Twitch streaming and pixelated adventures he loved. "Welcome, foolish mortals," he muttered to himself, channeling the mantra he often recited to his online audience. Today, he was not behind the camera. He was in the trenches, facing the infamous Shrek. What? The door swung open with a creak, and a cacophony of grinding beans and hissing steam greeted him. Shrek stood behind the counter, his massive frame hunched over an espresso machine, a scowl etched across his face. He was a beast of a man, with a thick neck and a wild mane of hair that framed his rugged features. Yeah, we all know all that hair that Shrek had. As Nico approached, Shrek turned, his eyes narrowing like a hawk spotting its prey. What the fuck do you want, fucker? Shrek barked, his voice as gruff as the coffee he served. I'm Nico. I'm here to help with the new flavors, Nico said, his voice shaky but determined. Shrek snorted, crossing his arms. Help? You mean fuck this place up even more? My ass tastes better than the shit we've been serving. You better not screw this up. Nico swallowed hard, taking a step back. The manager's foul demeanor... Oh, so Shrek is my manager? Was intimidating, but deep down he was fueled by ambition. This was his chance to turn the shop around, to prove himself and the world that he could create something extraordinary from the caffeine-filled chaos. Let's just, maybe we could try to refine the flavors a bit? Nico suggested, trying to keep the tremble out of his voice. What about a mocha with chili? People love a little kick. Chili? Are you out of your fucking mind? Now he's becoming more British. Sorry. Shrek boomed, slamming a hand on the counter. This is coffee, not some goddamn taco truck. You think people want to drink that shit? Nico's face flushed. You know what he's turning into? He's turning into, that Dante got it. Shrek Ramsey. That is 100% what I was accidentally doing, but you know what? It fits. What are you? An idiot sandwich. Nico, people, chili. There's coffee, not some goddamn choco truck. Nico's face flushed, but he held his ground. I've done my research. People are looking for unique experiences. We could stand out in the market. Shrek leaned in closer, his breath hot and stale. Here's the thing, you little shit. I don't give a flying fuck what people want. I want good coffee. If it ain't good, get the hell out. Nico's heart raced. He had faced digital monsters and animated horrors, but nothing compared to the living nightmare before him. Okay, let's start with what we have then, he said, forcing himself to sound confident. I'll take a look at the current offerings. Shrek grunted, waving a hand dismissively. Whatever, just don't burn the place down, alright? I'm not in the mood for more shit today. As Nico moved back, he could hear the faint sound of laughter from the barista team. They were a motley crew, clearly used to Shrek tirades. He caught snippets of their voices, their joking voices, contrasting sharply with the manager's tone. What's today? Another flavor disaster? One girl giggled, her bright pink hair a stark contrast to the drab decor. Yeah, watch out for the chili mocha, another chimed in, snorting. Nico rolled his eyes, but couldn't help the smile tugging at his lips. They were right. This place was a mess. He found a few bags of beans in the corner, dusty and forgotten, and set to work. Hours passed and the sound of grinding beans filled the air. Nico pored over notes from previous flavor experiments, trying to piece together what had gone wrong. He wanted to scream in frustration. Every time he thought he had a breakthrough, Shrek would storm in, cursing and throwing out ideas like garbage. What the fuck is this, Nico? You call this coffee? Shrek's voice thundered through the back room, making Nico jump. I was experimenting with a hazelnut blend, Nico stammered, holding up a cup. I thought. Thought what? Thought it tastes good. This tastes like shit, you fucker. My grandmother's old socks taste better, Shrek sneered, tossing the cup into the sink with a loud clank. Nico clenched his fist, his temper flaring. You know what? If you offered some constructive criticism instead of just cursing at me, I could actually do better. Shrek stepped forward, towering over him. Constructive criticism? You want constructive criticism? Here's some. Get the hell out of my face with your stupid ideas and make me something that doesn't take like ass. Nico felt a rush of anger. You know what? Maybe this place doesn't deserve to succeed if this is how you treat people. I'm trying to help. Help? You think you're helping? Shrek leaned in closer, his breath reeking of coffee and bitterness. You're just another fucker I have to deal with. Nico, shaking with fury, turned away. He couldn't let the manager's words crush him. He had to find a way to get through. His cats back home were probably watching his streams, and he wanted to show them he could conquer the challenge. Just give me one more chance, he said, his voice steadier now. Let me craft a new blend, and if it doesn't work, I'll leave. Shrek paused, considering it. Fine, but if it's shit, you're out of here. You understand me? Nico nodded, relief flooding his senses. I'll make it work. Days turned into weeks, and the tension in Brood Awakenings grew like a dark cloud. Every time Nico thought he had a winning blend, Shrek would swoop in, cursing and berating him. Actually, that sounds like I've tried multiple times and failed, so I feel like I should have been fired by now. Nico felt himself slipping under the weight of the manager's disdain, but the thought of quitting was unbearable. He had to make it work. One evening, this sounds like a lot more than just one chance, I'm just saying. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Nico stood in the dim light of the shop, surrounded by half-empty coffee bags and various flavor extracts. He felt the need to escape, but was tethered to this place by his ambition. As he brewed a new blend, an idea struck him. What if he could turn the tables on Shrek? With a wicked grin, he set to work. What am I, the fucking Grinch now? He grinned a wicked grin. A evil, wicked grin. A disturbingly evil, wicked grin. The next day, Shrek waddled into the shop, still grumbling about something that had gone wrong in the supply chain. What the fuck is it this time? He barked, eyeing Nico suspiciously. I have something special for you, Nico said, a hint of mischief in his voice. I call it the Shrek Special. Shrek raised an eyebrow, curiosity piqued. You think you can name a coffee after me? This better not taste like shit. Nico smirked. Just try it. You might be surprised. He handed Shrek a steaming cup, watching as the larger man took a cautious sip. A moment of silence hung in the air. Did I fucking poison him? Thick with tension, Shrek's eyes widening, and for a fleeting moment, Nico thought he might have succeeded. What the fuck is this? Shrek's voice was low, a mixture of disbelief and anger. Nico leaned in, a grin spreading across his face. It's a blend of dark roast with a hint of caramel and a secret ingredient. I think you'll find it unforgettable. Shrek slammed the cup down, his eyes ablaze. You little shit, what did you put in this? It tastes like you? Nico interrupted, his voice rising with adrenaline. Like all the bitterness you've poured into this place? I've captured your essence, Shrek. This is what Brood Awakening has become under your management. Shrek's face turned crimson, rage boiling over. You think you're funny, huh? You think you could just waltz in here and make a mockery of me? Nico could see the fury in Shrek's eyes, but he felt invigorated. Maybe it's time someone did. Shrek lunged forward, but Nico was ready. He grabbed a nearby bag of coffee beans and swung it, the contents spilling everywhere with a whoosh. Shrek stumbled back, eyes wide, as the beans scattered across the floor. You fucker! Shrek roared, but his voice was laced with uncertainty now. Nico seized the moment, adrenaline coursing through his veins. With a swift motion, he grabbed the espresso machine steam wand and aimed it at Shrek. This is for every time you've belittled me, for every time you've made this place a hellhole. He pressed the button and a blast of steam erupted, filling the air with a hissing sound. Shrek recoiled, but it was too late. The steam enveloped him, and in that moment, Nico saw his chance. He hurled the bag of coffee at Shrek, knocking him off balance. The manager stumbled back, tipping over the scattered beans. and crashing into the counter with a thud. As Shrek lay there, dazed and confused, a dark thought crossed Nico's mind. The coffee shop had been a battleground, and he had finally found a way to take control. With a sinister grin, he approached the fallen man. "You want good coffee, right?" Nico said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Let's see how well you blend." With a swift motion, he grabbed a large knife from the counter, the blade glinting in the dark light. Shrek's eyes widened in disbelief as Nico loomed over him, the weight of his struggle culminating in this single moment. "No, you can't do this!" Shrek sputtered, but Nico felt a surge of power course through him. The coffee shop was his now. "Watch me!" Nico said, plunging the knife down. The air filled with a sickening squish as the dark act unfolded. Nico's heart raced, but he felt a strange sense of clarity. The world around him began to fade, the chaos of brewed awakening transforming into a twisted sense of purpose. Hours later, Nico stood in the center of the coffee shop, the walls echoing with laughter and cheers. He had created a new blend, Shrek's Essence, and it was a hit. The customers raved about its bold flavor, oblivious to the dark truth behind its creation. As he poured another cup, Nico glanced at the sign on the wall. "Welcome, foolish mortals." He chuckled darkly, knowing he had finally taken control of his destiny, even if it meant stepping into the darkness. The coffee shop would now thrive, and he would be the one to make it happen, no matter the cost. What a story! That went places. So it was part like Willy Wonka, part like the Demon Barber. What's the Sweeney Todd kind of thing? That went places. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Mark. Shit. Fucking Scissorman's still after me. I like that one. Thank you.